Good morning, Martinez. So as promised, I am going to discuss to you how to identify the equations of the four types of conic sections. So we have four. We have the circle, the parabola, the ellipse, and the hyperbola. Okay, so let us start with the circle. The standard form of the equation of a circle is in the form x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared, where h and k represents the coordinates of the center of our circle and r denotes the radius of our circle. Now, it is very easy to identify a circle when the given equation is in its standard form. Okay? Napakabilis. Madali lang siya kasi makikita mo na siya agad. X minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. And that is already a circle. R squared is not necessarily a perfect square. Okay? It can be 3, it can be 10. Okay, so it's as long as it is a real positive number or integer. Okay, but how about if the given standard equation has a coefficient outside the parentheses? For example, we have 3 times x minus h quantity squared plus 4 times y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. Okay, one thing more is that ito palaging plus yan. It's always plus. Okay, if that is not addition, then this conic section is no longer a circle. Now, let's go back. What if we have 3 here and we have 4 there? Okay, if this is the case, or why did I write that? Let's say this is 8. Okay, or what if we have 3 here and 4 there? This time, this is not a circle. Why? Because the coefficient should be the same. It is okay that we have coefficients outside the parentheses, but the coefficient should be the same. Like if we have 5 times x minus h quantity squared plus 5 times y minus k quantity squared equals 25. Okay, this time we have a circle. So this is a circle. Why? Because we have coefficients of the same value. Okay? Bakit ganun, ma'am? How come that we can have coefficients with the same value? It's because if we're going to divide this whole side of our equation by 5, of course, we also have to divide that by 5. And we are going to cancel. We can cancel already because this will serve as a common factor. Sige, gawin nating mas detailed. Okay, what if x, we have x minus h quantity squared plus 5 times y minus k quantity squared equals 25. Now, if we're going to divide this whole by 5, then it is the same as saying this term divided by 5 and this term divided by 5 equals that divided by 5. So we can already cancel that, and then we can also cancel that, and that will be equal to 5. And our equation will go back to x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. So, the multiple or the factor or the coefficient outside the close and open parentheses should always be equal to 1. And if in the case that we have the same coefficients, then we can divide that by the common coefficient and it will go back to 1. Okay, I hope you have or you understood that. Now, what if the given is not in its standard form, it is in its general form. It is also very easy to identify if an equation represents a circle in its general form. The general form of a circle, or the equation of our circle, is x squared plus bx plus y squared plus by equals c. Okay, so this time we have our second terms for each variable. So still we have two variables, x and y, and just make sure that the coefficient of x squared is equal to 1 and it is positive. The coefficient of y squared is also equal to 1 and it is also positive. That is very important because if either of these two terms have negative coefficients, then it is no longer a circle. Okay, now if it is written in this form, like if we have x squared plus 3x plus 7, let's say y squared minus 7y equals 35, for example. Okay, so this is a circle. Okay, this is a circle. So since we have a positive coefficient of our x squared and a positive coefficient of our y squared, and they have the same coefficient. Okay, so meaning, or for generalization, or for a conclusion rather, we have to consider two properties of the equation to consider it as a circle, or equation of a circle. The first one is if the coefficients of x squared and y squared are both positive and if their coefficients are the same. Okay, for example, we have 5x squared plus 3x plus 7y squared minus 35y equals 60. Ang titignan nyo lang ay yung 5x squared at saka yung 7x squared. Yes, they are both positive, but they do not have the same coefficients. Therefore, it is not a circle. Okay, but if we have 3x squared minus 4x plus 3y squared minus 5y equals 17, for example. Okay, so look at the leading terms. We call this leading terms. So we have 3x squared and 3y squared. Both are positive and they have the same coefficients. Therefore, this is a circle. I hope you have already understood how to identify the equation of a circle. Okay? Next, let us proceed to our parabola. Okay? Of course, there are two equations for our parabola since we have vertical and horizontal parabolas. Okay, so if I say horizontal parabolas, then our symmetry or axis of symmetry is horizontal. Okay, or it opens sidewards. Okay, it opens at the left or it opens at the right. Okay, but if we have a vertical axis, then it opens upward or downwards. Okay, so ito ang pinakamadaling i-identify na type of conic section. Okay, so we have our standard form, x equals a times y minus k quantity squared plus h. And also we have for the vertical axis, we have y equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. Bakit doon sa video o kaya doon sa PowerPoint, yung a is equal to 4p? Yes, they are the same. A is the same with 4p. I am going to elaborate this or next week because our next lesson is about parabola. But this time, I am just teaching you how to identify the conic section given their equations. Now, napakadali itong identify kasi not both of the coefficient or the variables rather are squared. Hindi na squared yung dalawang variables natin, isa lang yung na-square. Okay? So, this is also written in the form x minus h equals 4p times y minus k quantity squared. Okay, so pwede rin siyang isulat na ganyan. And then that one can also be written as y minus k equals 4p times x minus h quantity squared. So kung mapapansin ninyo, yung x natin dito is not squared, yung y ang na-square. And then on this one, yung y naman ang hindi na-square, yung x ang na-square. So, for parabola, either one of the variables is squared. Hindi sila parehong na-square. Okay? The same if the given is in its general form. Like, for example, we have x plus y squared equals 3. This equation represents a parabola, okay, or x squared minus y equals 17. Okay, so also this is a parabola, okay, kasi one of the, or this should be, this can either be tama pala, this can either be minus or plus. Wala tayong problema doon sa ating operations this time. Okay? And the indication of these operations will be discussed next week. Okay? So, napakadali ha. Kapag parabola, isa lang ang na-square sa x and y. Hindi sila dalawa. Okay? Now, how about ellipse? Ayan. For ellipse, we also have two standard form equations. Okay, the first one is x minus h quantity squared plus all over a squared plus y minus k quantity squared all over b squared. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong denominator equals 1. And then we also have x minus h quantity squared over a squared plus y minus quantity squared, minus k quantity squared over b squared equals 1. Bakit parang pareho? Ay, nagkamali yung ating author. Okay? Dito diniscuss. Okay, this is if a squared is greater than b squared and if this is b squared is greater than a squared. Okay, about this denominators, okay, and about these statements, we're going to discuss this on the third week. Okay? But this time, tulad ng sinasabi ko, i-discuss ko muna kung paano i-identify. Okay, so kung maalala ninyo kanina sa circle, dapat walang coefficient na hindi magkapareho. Diba? Okay, let me state this. All circles are considered also ellipse. Okay? Ang circles ay kino-consider din sometimes na ellipse, but not all ellipse are circles. Okay? So, kung mapapansin niyo, para magkapareho sila sila ng equation. Ang pinagkaiba lang ay yung denominator. So, this operation is always plus also. And this is always equal to 1 also. So, meron tayong 4 na properties na tatandaan kung ang given ay ellipse or kung nag-identify tayo ng ellipse. Unang-una, this should be plus. Okay? Pangalawa, this should be equal to 1. Pangatlo, meron siyang denominator. Okay, ma'am, paano mag-identify kung ang ellipse ay wala namang or ang equation ay wala namang denominator? Okay, kung maalala ninyo kanina, balikan ko yung example ko kanina. Okay, if the given is in its standard form at merong hindi magkaparehong multiple o kaya factor sa labas ng close and open parenthesis, then this is definitely an ellipse. Okay, ellipse po yan. Ha? How about kapag ang given naman ay nasa general form? Ganun din. Kapag may coefficient yung x squared, halimbawa 3x squared plus 5x minus or plus both of the coefficients are also or should also be positive. Plus 7y squared minus 8y equals 20, for example, then this is an ellipse provided that the sign of this is positive, the sign of this is positive, or the coefficient is positive rather, the coefficient is positive, and they have different coefficient. Sorry, this is always equal to 1. Sorry, this is always equal to 1. Okay, so this is an ellipse. Ayan, ganun lang din kadaling mag-identify ng ellipse. Pero kapag ganito yung itsura niya, dapat meron siyang denominator. Kung wala siyang denominator, dapat merong number dyan na hindi magkapareho. Pero dapat plus and 1. Okay? Next, these properties will be discussed later on when we are going to focus our study on ellipse. Next is hyperbola. Parang doon sa ellipse lang din, ang pinagkaiba lang nila, eto, this should be minus. Okay, that should be subtraction. Now, tulad ng sinasabi ko, kung meron siyang denominator, and that is minus, and that is 1, then it is definitely a hyperbola. Okay? Pero kapag walang denominator, pero merong coefficient dito, may a dyan, may b dyan, okay, and that is minus, and that is equal to 1, then it is still a hyperbola. Nakukuha niyo yan? How about if it is in its general form? For example, we have 3x squared minus 7x minus 5y squared equals 1. Okay, paano naman mag-identify kapag general form? Kapag general form at wala silang denominator, tignan yung coefficient. Kung hindi magkapareho, then it is a hyperbola. Kung magkapareho, hyperbola pa rin, basta one of them is negative. Either x or y. Dapat isa sa kanila negative, isa sa kanila positive. Hindi dapat sila magkaparehong negative o kaya magkaparehong positive. Okay? And this is equal to 1. Ganun lang kadali mag-identify ng mga equations ng conic sections natin. If you have any question, you just write them at the comment section on our FB page where this video is posted. Okay? So please do not, parang napapansin ko you are very shy or timid to ask questions on the comment section. Ang ilan sa inyo nag-PPM sa akin, yung iba hindi ko sinasagot because I told you they should be answered or they should be posted on the comment section para sa ganun lahat makakakita because we do not know, baka merong mayroong kayong kaklase na, na may kaparehong tanong doon sa tanong ninyo, masasagot na rin. Okay? So, please, do not PM me your questions. Just comment down below. Okay? Enjoy your day.